deal with a very nice poem. The name of the poem is Money. It's written by William H. Davies. William H. Davies was a Welsh poet and writer. He spent a significant part of his life as a tramp or hobo in the United Kingdom and the United States. The meaning of tramp is a person who is homeless, traveling from place to place, getting money either by begging or singing. Later, he became a peddler and street singer in England. It's very important to know this background of this poet because the poem depicts his keen observation about human life that he had while leading a tramp's life. And this poem brings out the comparison between the rich and the poor. So, before I could explain you the poem, I will read it from the first line to the last line. When I had money, oh, I knew no joy till I went poor. For many a false man, as a friend, came knocking all day at my door. Then felt I like a child that holds a trumpet that he must not blow, because a man is dead. I dared not speak to let this false world know. Much have I thought of life, and seen how poor men's hearts are ever light, and how their wives do hum like bees about their work from morn till night. So when I hear these poor ones laugh, and see the rich ones coldly frown, poor men, think I, need not go up so much as rich men should come down. When I had money, oh, my many friends proved all untrue. But now I have no money. Oh, my friends are real, even though they are very few. So, students, let's learn it line by line. I will interpret the poem now, stanza wise, line by line. When I had money, oh, I knew no joy till I went poor. In the very first stanza, the poet says that when he had money, he was a very rich person. He didn't know what joy was. But when he lost his property and became poor, then he realized what the true happiness was. For many a false man, as a friend, came knocking all day at my door. When he was rich, many false friends gathered around him, not because they loved him, they liked him, but because the poet was rich. So the poet here comments on the natural tendency of people. Even he talks about his false, untrue, and selfish friends who gathered around him when he was rich. So his friends were loving not him but to his money, but to his power. And this is what the general tendency of people. Second stanza. Then felt I like a child that holds a trumpet that he must not blow. Now here in the very beginning of the stanza, he compares himself with a child having the trumpet. But the child cannot blow it. By this comparison, the poet wants to state that even though the child is having trumpet, he can't blow it. In the same way, the poet says that he had all the riches, but he could not use them. Being rich, he had many restrictions, and therefore his life was devoid of happiness, as the child was not able to enjoy blowing the trumpet, as he was also having a restriction whether he should blow it or not to blow it. Thus, he refers to his lack of freedom. Because a man is dead, I dared not speak to let this false world know. As he was lacking freedom, as he was having more restrictions in his life because of being rich, the poet has no daring to tell this truth to this false world. As the man is dead, it means it's not that man, it means the humanity is lost. And therefore, he wants the world to realize it on its own. He doesn't want to speak about it to the world. He has already no daring about it. And he wants the world to know this truth, that whenever we become rich, many restrictions are there, and therefore we really can't enjoy the life to its utmost level. Stanza 3rd. Much have I thought of life, and even how poor men's hearts are ever light. So, after thinking much of life, he came to know that poor men's hearts are very light. This means that poor people are very happy. Their hearts are light. Their hearts are light. This expression clearly means that they lead a stress-free life. They have no tension in their life. They have no worries and concerns in their life. Therefore, they feel very, very ecstatic and happy. And how their wives do hum. Hum is a kind of a sound made by the honey bees, and here it stands for the to sing something happily. And how their wives do hum like bees about their work from morning till night. As they lead a stress-free life, though they work from morning to night, their wives sing happily. This means they don't have any complaint about it. Therefore, the poet says that we see true happiness in the houses of the poor people and their families, as they lead completely a very stress-free life, having no any burden because of those riches in their life. Stanza 4. So when I hear these poor ones laugh, and I see the rich ones coldly frowning, this when we frowning is actually done when we feel angry, when we are worried, so we frown. These two lines mean that, or the poet admits here, the reason of poor people's laughter. It's just because of their real contentment, and rich people's frowning or frowns on their forehead, which is just because of their stress in their life. Poor men think I need not go up so much as rich men should come down. Therefore, he advises the poor people not to try to reach to the level of the rich, as it can make them feel sad. Instead, he wants the rich people to come down to the level of the poor, to enjoy the real test of happiness. It is absolutely a very nice stanza, that in order to enjoy the real happiness, uh, it is always better to be poor, because being poor means having no more ambitions, expectations from the life, and therefore we always feel happy in what we are. Let's move to the last stanza. When I had money, oh, my many friends proved all untrue. But now I have no money, oh, my friends are real, though very few. In the last stanza, he clearly states that when he had money, he had many untrue friends around him. But now he doesn't have money, he has become poor, and so he has only a few friends around him. But he feels proud to say that though they are few, they are true. Thus, the poem ends here with a bitter truth of life, which everyone experiences someday. Definitely, the poem tells us about the rich man who wants to be a poor man to find the real happiness. It is when we do not have money or have lost our money, we realize how important the money is, and at the end, the poet says that now he doesn't have money, so he has true friends, though they are very few. So the poem deals with the rich man who wants to be a poor to find the true and real happiness in life. Let's talk about some of the technical features of the poem. Poetic style. The, the poem is in 5 stanzas. Each stanza contains 4 lines. The poet has followed here the rhyme scheme ABCB, which creates a perfect rhythm in the poem. If we talk about the language and the poetic devices used in the poem, the poet has used a very simple and flowing language to convey his meaning very clearly. He has used many figures of speech like antithesis, alliteration, inversion, onomatopoeia, simile, etc., to add charm to the poem as well as to emphasize his point very clearly. Some onomatopoeic expressions like "and how their wives do whom like bees" clearly point out the happiness experienced by those poor people, their family members, in spite of being poor. If we talk about the special features, the simplicity in conveying the thoughts and meaning is the basic feature of this poem. The poet has continuity in his thoughts as he shifts from one line to the next line. The poet has used the imagery to enrich the poem, just like a child that holds a trumpet that he must not blow, or how their wives hum like bees. The poem contains the narrative style, which is very simple. The message is very clear. It is that riches or money is not at all needed to experience the real happiness or the contentment in life. Real happiness can truly be found in having true and genuine friends around us. According to the poet, rather than poor people becoming rich, it is a need for the rich people to become poor to enjoy the true happiness. Thus, exactly commenting on the essence of life, the poet succeeds to convey his message. Thank you.